Hello everyone. Hey, I don't know, right now I happen to be in Calico, California. And Calico happens to be the home of the largest silver mine back in the 1800s, long before I was born. Now I just came here to find out a little bit about the history of this town. Now a lot of us, obviously we have to go to school and there's a good reason for it. There's a lot of great information we need to learn. But a lot of the information we need to learn is history. How often do we know what's really happened in the past? And sometimes we only know, obviously, as much as in the books. We'll never see the whole picture. So I get a little idea. Some of the best history we can learn is from our community. You don't see many people here because I'm kind of behind this town. There's a lot of people out there, but sometimes we can learn the best information from our neighbors, our grandparents, and our teachers, of course. But we gotta ask for it. Now, in a different story, a lot of our elders, they are more than eager to share with you the information they know. How to make taffy, for instance, and some of the different things they did as kids. Actually, how many of you even know what jacks are? Remember jacks? And there's a lot of skipping rope and so many other things. And that was back when I was young. But can you imagine before then and what really happened and what people did in the 1800s for fun? Right, so today we get an education. We get it, unfortunately, we get a lot of it on social media, which is fantastic. There's a lot of great information out there, provided you're getting facts. Now still, a lot of us like the entertainment value, and nothing wrong with that either. But sometimes we're just watching TV to assume that we're getting the facts. Assume that we're getting all the information we need to know. Sometimes we are, sometimes we aren't. But what are some other ways that we get educated? Music, right? Radio, we talked about TV, the internet. We have those search engines called Yahoo, Bing, Google, that can take us to different parts of the world to have us experience something even back in the 1800s. A different experience, a different perspective of what life used to be, not here just in Calico, California, but other places around this world. Too many of us want to move too fast forward into what's the future going to hold and not pay attention to our ancestors, our past leaders, our past presidents. Who was the first governor of this state? Do you know that? Who was the first mayor of the town of Calico? And Calico is actually right between, well, it's right between, what are we saying, Barstow and Las Vegas. Barstow and Las Vegas, right off the Interstate 15. Interstate 15 is almost always crowded with people coming back and forth from Las Vegas to California, usually the LA area, and it's crazy. And everyone's rushing by this town, trying to get up to the casinos or all the fun in Las Vegas, and not realizing there's another life outside of those big, huge buildings and casinos and the entertainment they have there, and the fake hills, and the fake mountains, and the fake schools. Why don't you come to where there's a real history, talk to the community around you, and not just here, in your own backyard. Even if you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, or Prim, Nevada, or like I was talking about, Barstow, California. There is a history there, and people who've been around for a while will gladly tell you about their school marms, where a lot of kids got hit on the hand with the ruler to keep them in line. Those things we're not allowed to do anymore, and sometimes I wish we would. Keep our kids a little bit better under control. Of course, there's always a fine line between discipline and abuse, and we do have to watch that. Of course we do. Of course we do. Now, this town also has a train, and you can go through and still go through the old mines where the silver was being mined and brought up and brought a lot of commerce to the area. In fact, this little town, and we won't get to see it in the video, had over 3,000 people at one time. 3,000 people. Currently, there's probably 50 people, maybe 70, walking through it, enjoying just a little bit of the past. a little bit of the past. Now, I'm a strong proponent for social media. That's where we get to learn things. That's where we get to ask questions, different forums, go to networks like social media go beyond what's just being shown us and get into a book of your own and find out what's really happening in your life or your community. Find out why the cemetery's there, not over there. Find out why buildings are sometimes moved. We are open to find out information everywhere. Now, be careful where the information's coming from. There is a lot of stuff that is not necessarily totally true. So it's up to you and I to research, and researching's fun. When you go back and open up, I don't know, People magazine or Time magazine from 100 years ago now, and find out what happened back then. Find out the different cultures. Sure, California's a different culture. It sure is. But find out about different cultures, not just in the United States, but around the world. There is so much beauty out there. Every nation has its own beautiful mountains, hills, lakes, rivers, trees, flowers, birds. We all got something like that. So instead of saying, it's fun to say my flower's better than your flower, my football team's better than your football team, that's fun, and that's friendly rivalry, and that competition is exciting. But when you're outside of that competitive mode, go out there and learn about some other culture, how they make blankets, maybe how they build houses. There's a place in Nicaragua, and they build bottle schools. In bottle schools, they use 2-liter bottles of soda, of pop, and the town fills it with trash. And they stick in there, they put in the walls of the building, and they put plaster over it, and that builds the walls and the foundation of the schools. This is true. This is something I'm involved with one of my vacation clubs I'm involved with. We go out there and help communities build schools, bottle schools, out of recycled trash and bottles, so everything's being reused again. There's so much to do and so much to see, and we all need to find out how other people do stuff. Now, sure, I've got several degrees in different what do you say, genres. Genres. It's probably not right, but different subjects and expertise. But most of my experience or real knowledge comes from outside the books. It comes from talking to people. It comes from getting a different perspective. It comes from, quite frankly, listening. Because we have a problem with that, and not just in America, but everywhere else, is listening. We all want to talk. We all want to do some other things and not realize. We just sit down and talk to our neighbor, someone who's been around the block once or twice, and get a real perspective of what happened here and why maybe a once booming town looks like dust. Look around us, looks like dust today. And that's not always the case, but we get a lot of that. We need to find out why. Communities come up overnight and they almost die as fast as they do sometimes. So what are you and I doing to preserve the history that we learned, or at least what we know as of today? What are you and I doing to share our knowledge and history with others, with our downline, with our kids, with our children, with our younger neighbors? What are you and I doing to make life fun again? Quite frankly, to make life fun again. Because we get so eat up inside of ourselves and not realize there's a good life out there, regardless of where you were born. There's always something good there. And our parents want to give us the best. And sometimes they can't, or sometimes their best we think isn't good enough, and not realizing the sacrifices that they had to do. It's always something to do, always something we can learn. I want to show you this old schoolhouse, 1800 schoolhouse in Calico. And you know, back then the schoolhouses were every grade, kindergarten to high school in a lot of cases. So we had all of those things going on, and it's so exciting to look when you have the flags and the presidents on the walls and all kinds of great things going on, and the little bell that we have outside. to let you know it's time for school or you're back from recess. And all those things are so cool. I want to share with you our kids are going to not just forget about our past if we don't remind them and share with them on a regular basis, but worse than that is often they don't care. They don't care about churning milk to make cheese or buttermilk yourself to eat. A lot of them don't even know how to grow their own fruits and vegetables. It's our job. I know those are small things, but it's our job to ensure our kids can change oil in their car, to cut the grass, to plant a flower so it's not going to die. It's our job to teach those things. It's our job to share the history our grandparents and great-grandparents shared with us. That's so important. So I encourage you to go out there, get into school, get into a library, learn some things. And it's okay to read a little bit of fiction and have some fun and entertainment, but take some time to read the factual, the nonfiction. Try to take a little bit of time to learn more about history and how we grew up, how we did. Now, a lot of us are spoiled because our parents wanted better and better and better for us, and that's great. But we gotta remember how we got here. We gotta remember where we were born. We need to remember the struggles our parents and grandparents had to go through. Well, that's my story for today from Calico, California. Life is good, it really is, and we're all gonna have struggles and challenges in our life, in our jobs, in our relationships. Don't give up. Continuously search for better ways, and don't be afraid to ask someone who's been there, done that. You have yourself a great day. My name's Joseph Skoda, and here in the office. Have an awesome time. Bye now.
Social media shows
is about
branding and opportunity
and outreach.
We are an entertainment company that empowers others
by promoting and supporting our community
and everyone who reaches our content.
Here on social media shows,
Here we're a family.
We are family. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, sing. We are family.
We are family.
We are family. We are family.
We are family.
We are family, and we want you to be part of our social media shows family.
We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York. So his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details. and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience.
Social media shows are looking for independent unsigned artists to show off to the world for a brand new show. So if you have a video ready to show, email us right now at darkmusictelevision@gmail.com. The video must be a quality of MP4, and we are accepting all genres: R&B, hip-hop, soul, blues, pop, country, rock, every and all types. So join us now and let us bring the world to you. Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
Shows network, like the sign we have behind me. A great founding member, and so glad to be part of it. Today I want to talk a little bit on my show about addictions. Addictions. Believe it or not, I heard a similar passage from my pastor just a couple days. We're talking about how often during the holiday season, and not just the holiday season, but throughout the year, we see, beggars on the street, people that appear to be homeless, down and out on their luck, whatever it may be. But we often tie that into an addiction. Maybe they're strung up on dope, maybe heroin, maybe they're all, whatever the case is, and therefore they can't save enough money per se or hold down a job, and therefore they're in the situation that they're in. I want a quick message. Now, my pastor, Pastor Kevin Gotchel at Life Point Church, Rev Kev, Rev Poppy, all that other great stuff. Good guy. In fact, we're the same age. But he just had a birthday last week, and he talked about how everybody loved him. They gave all kind of cookies, all these different oatmeal cookies. He specified oatmeal cookies. It must be one of his favorites. But there was a special batch of cookies that were a little different than the rest. Had a little sprinkle of the white stuff on there for an extra flavor and touch to it. And that little white stuff was sugar, obviously, right on top of the oatmeal cookie. And he's going to town eating them, and I'm looking at his fingers and so excited. And then he brought up, okay, this is the white powder that I digest, but it's not different than the white powder that other people might ingest a different way. It's still white powder. It's still an addiction. Whether you're snorting coke or smoking marijuana or eating, it's still an addiction that controls our lives. Sure, a lot of us go out to the bar or at least have a couple drinks at home from time to time, and we don't think anything of it. And we shouldn't have to think anything of it as long as everything's in moderation, we're in a safe place, we're not hurting anyone around us. Of course, those are all big deals. right? And marijuana, it's legal, I don't know about most states, but a good majority of the United States and throughout the world. And in moderation, it's okay also. But we don't necessarily moderate eating, or we don't necessarily call it illegal if we eat too much. Maybe we should. Don't get me wrong. Maybe we should. I have a few extra pounds, and I want to point the finger at everyone else. It's your fault, McDonald's. It's your fault, Dunkin' Donuts. But it's my own fault why I'm a little bit overweight. Now, sure, I exercise on a fairly regular basis, 3 to 4 times a week. On a good week, sometimes less, sometimes more. And I know a lot of people that smoke the Mary Jane, the marijuana, where I don't. I do invoke in CBD oils from time to time, and it helps with my pain and anxiety that I go through without going through that smoking. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I like a drink from time to time, also like a lot of my friends and people I talk to. But the point is, a lot of us look down at others who are down and out, or at least what we think down and out, because maybe they don't have a roof over their own head or a steady job to pay for food, whatever it may be. And we look down upon them because we just assume they have an addiction to drugs or alcohol or maybe even gambling without really getting to know the person. The point is, most of us are addicted to something. Maybe we're addicted to exercise, and we want to exercise 7 days a week, 10 times throughout the day, whatever it is. And we're constantly working out and doing things, or addicted to doing shows like this, where every living hour we're thinking of different ways to do a show like this, or write a blog, or criticize someone. That might be your addiction, finding fault in others. Now, so what do we say? Is addiction good? Is addiction bad? I think it's all in moderation. Some people are addicted to sex. I said it, sex. We have to have sex with multiple partners as often as we can. Some people are addicted like that. Thankfully, that's not me. But the food, yeah, that's still an issue. And even though we've all heard, if you exercise enough, who cares what you eat because you're burning up the calories anyways. Yeah, that's true for the most part. But as we age, as our metabolism slows down, as some of our habits are not as thoughtful or mindful as they should be, sometimes that's not enough. Sure, in America, we often go for the 8, 10, 12-ounce steaks, not 4 ounces. We want bigger. We'll get the double Whopper with cheese rather than just a single. A majority of us do. And we know as we get older, we tend to eat a little bit less, a little more conscience about what we put into our bodies. But that's not always the case. The thing is, a lot of us get addicted to things, and we're comparing our addictions with others. Well, mine's not so bad. I'm just addicted to going to school for 20 or 30 or 40 years. And that's what I like to do, continuously learning. But maybe I'm not using all my potential at a great career because I'm more focused on learning than actually doing. How many of us could say that we're more addicted to learning the ins and outs of something rather than doing the work? We get that a lot in business, especially network marketing. I'm involved in some great companies with the best tools, with the best information out there, cutting edge, you could say, cutting edge, video, blogging, automated systems, all that great stuff. And I see a lot of people, compadres of my own, want to learn every single detail. And every week or every month when something new comes out, Snapchat or Instagram and obviously Facebook and Twitter and some other social media shows or social media networks. Thankfully, I'm in one now that's part of Cutting Edge. They'd rather jump and try to learn all those different systems than put something into action that can actually make a living for them. actually make a difference in their lives. But no, they just want to learn. Oh no, I can't do this. I have to learn about this over here. Now I've been blogging for 7 or 8 years. I have I don't know, 1,000 articles out there. Probably at least half of those on my website, josephskoda.com. Videos, I probably have about 300 or 400 videos that are still out there right now on YouTube, on Vimeo, on social media shows, on my Facebook page that I put out there. And I love that. I'm addicted to sharing information as I'm learning it. But addictions can get in the way. If I'm focused so much on putting more content online each and every day, that sometimes can take away from your family life. Maybe take away from some of the other hobbies that you have or other things that you used to be into. And that's not good. Now, sure, if you got a plan, okay, from 8 to 9 every morning, I'm going to do this. And from 9 to 10, I'm going to do that. And maybe 4 to 5 in the afternoon, I'm going to do something else. Okay, you broke it up. 3 or 4 hours a day. You broke it up and you could still spend quality time, like I said, with your family or doing some of the other things you love to do. And when we learn to be addicted in that matter of focusing on what's really important, which is usually should be our loved ones, but not taken away from our businesses, because that's also important. When we learn how to prioritize which is which and learn how to, what do they say, leverage the time we have. You and I have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. A leap year could be different, and regardless of what we're doing throughout those 24 hours, we still have the 24 hours. If you're sleeping 6 hours or 10 hours, that will have a difference in how much time you have left over to do other things. Totally understandable. And if you are sleeping 6 hours a night, like that's probably my average, try to sleep 8 to 10 every now and then to really rejuvenate your life, your brain, and your body. Our bodies tend to heal when we're at rest, when we're sleeping. If you're constantly working out, your body is constantly breaking down. It doesn't have time to heal and get stronger. We need to do that. And being in the military, getting involved in so many different things I've been involved with, the different service organizations, especially GI Connections as of late, where I'm focusing more and more on that. We need to take time to have a little break in between and focus on different areas. That's why a lot of people read, vegetate in front of a TV for a while, or play sports, just to get their mindset a little differently, so we're not constantly addicted to the wrong things. Once again, you and I are addicted to something different, probably, but we all have an addiction, just like we all have a sin. We cannot judge one person's sin and say, well, theirs is worse than mine. In our minds, it probably is, but we all are sinners, and most of us are addicted to something. It could just be our kids, wanting to love them and protect them, protect them in some aspects. Okay, we do what we got to do, but focus, do things in moderation, and make this life a better place, and see how you can serve others. If you find someone down and out, homeless, sit down and talk to them, find out their story. Don't feed their addiction, but maybe steer it to having a conversation. If not just for a short period of time, it could make a difference. It really could make a difference. And one more thing, pray for people. Pray that they get better, they find the help they need, a guide, a coach, a mentor. You can hope and wish all you want to, but just pray. Say, hey, oh Lord, out there, I know you're out there somewhere, and this person's struggling. I don't know all the issues. I don't need to. Just look out for them today, and I pray that they have a good meal tomorrow. It can be that quick and short, but make it personal. And let's not be so selfish on our own issues. It's okay to pray when when we do have those issues and we're in dismay and some other things going on in our life. That's okay. But let's do our best to focus on others. the more we focus on others, the less we worry about ourselves, and things do tend to come our way anyways. Well, watch your addictions out there, because if it's addicted to sugar, it's addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol or exercise or so many other things. A lot of us have addictions. Do your best to keep them under control. Once again, this is G.I. Joe Skoda in the office with Joseph Skoda. You have yourself an awesome day. I hope to see you out there. Let's have a good time. Bye-bye now.